a number of our clients are opening practices cold, our fast start clients. And to me, this seems like a wonderful tool, but I wondered about your thoughts. And Bess, maybe you'd be kind enough to address that first.
Of course, it's been really useful to have the OSCL set up for fast start clients because that is a place where all of the tools and guidance, everything that they could need is available to them. And one thing with fast start clients is they don't always need everything at once. And they're in different phases of opening their practice. So being introduced to a tool or a system or a program is great, but they might not need it for 3 months. So this way they can go back and find that information and also have the a refresher on it. Even though they may have spoken to their consultant about it in the past, they can go in again on demand and pull that information up and have it available to them at the snap of their fingers, basically.
Great, great.
So I was, Gillen, recently talking to an alumni, a former Fast Start client of ours from that perspective, and we were chatting, and he had gone through our Fast Start program successfully. And one of his biggest comments to me that he said, or that he realized, was that, yes, Williams Group helped me to open my doors, but as soon as I got opened and finished, I decided I didn't need you anymore. And I left. I felt like I had my foundation. I was ready to go. And here I am 3 years later, and now coming back and being an alumni with Williams Group and joining the executive management program, I realized what a mistake it was, because I didn't have this is his words, I didn't have the years of experience. And I found myself, I didn't have that person to bounce ideas off of. And again, I was having to create on my own. I didn't have those tools there for me. And this is him again speaking. He said, I was starting out. I had a small staff. And, as I grew, I needed to hire. I was growing, but it was taking away from me being able to focus on running the practice because I was having to train staff. And again, earlier I'd mentioned it was, I found that, some habits were being trained that I didn't want. And he said, I am so grateful. He said, I wish I would have never stopped my Fast Start program, because just when I needed them the most, after doing those foundational pieces of opening my door, I let you go. And he said, he told me, he said, that would be the biggest piece of advice I would give anyone. Don't let go just because you have the momentum going. And that's when it's the easiest to keep it started. And so now he's really loving the online learning library.
Well, thank both of you very much for your comments on this. I just see a plethora of possibilities if I was a Fast Start client. One, as you both know, our clients open under a lot of different circumstances. Some of them actually are pretty busy right away for different reasons, and some of them have actually been in practice in a different type of setting for a number of years, where they maybe were busy as a doctor, but really weren't involved in staff education. And they open a new office, they're busy right away with actually no experience in staff education and no time to develop that experience. And so those things are nice, but along with that, as your practice grows, the predictive models that we have in there are unbelievable to me, and what they can tell you about what do I really need to do next, and how can I do it, and how do I even know if I can afford an associate? How do I know if my practice can support it? Because we all want people to be successful, and especially when we bring in new staff or new doctors, we certainly don't want to put them in a position where they feel like they made a bad decision associating with us. So there's a whole lot to this learning library that doesn't really maybe catch your eye on first glance, and especially if you don't have an immediate need sometimes you overlook what you might need in the future. And so some of those things are really, really beneficial, I think. So thank you very much for taking time to answer those questions for me.
You know, Gillen, I just have to tag on to that. Again, I was speaking to one of our Canadian doctors, and in fact, he emailed me this. He said, you know, the OSC has truly become the foundation of my human resource training, and I see this to continue to be so for the years ahead. And he said, I'm actually just now starting to realize the potential of it, now that he's actually getting in and utilizing it. So
Great, great. I just I see so many ways you could use it that I have trouble keeping them all contained. So thank you all for kind of
exciting.
succinctly answering those.